Friends, across the ages of history, seekers have grappled with one of the deepest mysteries of existence, the nature of the soul. Is it eternal, without beginning or end? Or is it born in time, yet destined to live forever? This question has caused great confusion in every spiritual tradition. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita declared, "For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. It has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. It is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, and primeval. It is not slain when the body is slain." Bhagavad Gita 2:20. Jesus Christ proclaimed, "Before Abraham was, I am." John 8:58. "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." John 1:1. In the Quran, God reveals, "We make no distinction between any of his messengers." Quran 2:285. The Prophet Muhammad declared, "I was a prophet when Adam was between water and clay." Buddha spoke of countless past lives as enlightened beings, saying, "Through many births I wandered in samsara, seeking but not finding the builder of this house." Many have assumed these great souls were speaking of every human soul. In truth, they were speaking from the station of the manifestation of God, the cosmic soul that is one and eternal, the same reality expressed in different messengers across history. This is why the prophets can say, "Never was there a time when I did not exist."
The nature of the human soul. What then of our human souls? Here we find wisdom from many traditions. Solomon wrote in Ecclesiastes, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it." Ecclesiastes 12:7. Abdul Baha explains in Some Answered Questions, "The human soul comes into existence at the moment of conception. Though it has a beginning, it has no end." Some Answered Questions, page 156. Shoghi Effendi explains, "The soul is not pre-existent. It is created at conception, but is not subject to disintegration, and hence is immortal." Lights of Guidance, number 2042. The Day of Resurrection. This distinction also clarifies another ancient mystery, the Day of Resurrection. The Bab tells us, "The Day of Resurrection is a day on which the sun riseth and setteth like unto any other day. How oft hath the Day of Resurrection dawned, and the people of the land did not learn of the event." Selections from the Writings of the Bab, page 106. Jesus spoke of this spiritual resurrection. "The hour is coming, and now is, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God, and they that hear shall live." John 5:25. The dead here refers to those spiritually unaware who awaken to the call of God. The prophet Ezekiel had the vision of dry bones coming to life, symbolizing the spiritual awakening of humanity. Thus, there are two meanings of resurrection: the personal resurrection of the soul at death, and the collective resurrection of humanity, whenever a new manifestation of God awakens mankind to a new spiritual era, acknowledging that while the spirit returns to its divine source, it had a point of origin.
The life hereafter. What then of our journey after death? Baha'u'llah writes, "The soul, after its separation from the body, will continue to progress until it attaineth the presence of God, in a state and condition which neither the revolution of ages and centuries, nor the changes and chances of this world, can alter." Gleanings, Sec 81. Jesus promised, "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you." John 14:2. The Prophet Muhammad described the soul's journey. When the soul reaches the throne, it prostrates, and God says, "Raise your head and speak, for you shall be heard." Al-Qushayri's Risala, page 129. And Abdul Baha assures us, "The progress of the soul in the divine world is infinite. All the virtues which the spirit of man has acquired in this world will exist in the next. It will manifest itself in perfections, not in imperfections." Paris Talks, page 66. So this world is not the end, but the beginning. A school where the soul learns the qualities it will need to flourish in eternity. The training of the soul through human relationships. Jesus gives us a clear sign of how that preparation unfolds. He that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? 1 John 4:20. The Prophet Muhammad echoed this. None of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Sahih Muslim, Hadith 45. Buddha taught, hatred is never appeased by hatred in this world. By non-hatred alone is hatred appeased. This is a law eternal. Dhammapada 5. Baha'u'llah praises courtesy. Courtesy is, in truth, the prince of virtues, the ornament of the character of man. Blessed is he who is adorned therewith. Tablets of Baha'u'llah, page 93. Courtesy and kindness are not mere social manners. They are the chieftain of the armies of character, the very discipline that prepares the soul for fellowship with God in the eternal world.
Selfless service and humility. We are called to emulate the selfless service and humility exemplified by the manifestations of God. Abdul-Baha states, "The purpose of the manifestation of God and the dawning of the limitless lights of the invisible is to educate the souls of men and refine the character of every living man." Selections from the writings of Abdul-Baha, Part 6. We must serve humanity generously, assisting anyone who crosses our path, trusting in God's providence, and acting from love rather than desire for reward. Furthermore, Abdul-Baha highlights the noble aspiration of bygone souls. The souls of the departed yearn to return to this world to further the cause of God. Selections from the writings of Abdul-Baha, page 187. Through such selfless service, courtesy, humility, and hidden virtue, the soul becomes pristine and radiant, ready to enter the next world without blemish. Eternal life is not only immortal, but refined and perfected by how we live and serve in this temporal world. Baha'u'llah cautions us not to see these truths as exaggeration. Do not think that the things we have revealed unto thee are mere words. Nay, they are truths which we have revealed unto thee. Thy name is more renowned and thy presence more glorious in the kingdom of Abha than it is in this world. Gleanings, section 81, pages 80-81. The souls of the departed yearn to return to this world to further the cause of God. Selections from the writings of Abdul-Baha, page 187, Baha'u'llah reveals, regard man as a mine rich in gems of inestimable value. Education can alone cause it to reveal its treasures and enable mankind to benefit therefrom. Tablets of Baha'u'llah, page 260. Abdul-Baha explains, man is free in his choice, and it is he who lays the foundation of his own happiness and misery. For reward and punishment are the consequences of his own deeds. Some answered questions, page 248. Baha'u'llah says, blessed is the soul which, at the hour of its separation from the body, is sanctified from the vain imaginings of the peoples of the world. Such a soul liveth and moveth in accordance with the will of its Creator, and entereth the all-highest paradise. The maids of heaven, inmates of the loftiest mansions, will circle around it, and the prophets of God and his chosen ones will seek its companionship. With them that soul will freely converse, and will recount unto them that which it hath been made to endure in the path of God, the Lord of all worlds. Baha'u'llah, gleanings from the writings of Baha'u'llah. Page 155. The mysteries of man's physical death and of his return have not been divulged, and still remain unread. By the righteousness of God, were they to be revealed, they would evoke such fear and sorrow that some would perish, while others would be so filled with gladness as to wish for death, and beseech, with unceasing longing, the one true God, exalted be his glory, to hasten their end. As to those that have tasted of the fruit of man's earthly existence, which is the recognition of the one true God, exalted be his glory, their life hereafter is such as we are unable to describe. Baha'u'llah, Gleanings from the Writings of Baha'u'llah, Paisher 344-345. Conclusion. Friends, the confusion of millennia can now be lifted. There are two categories of soul: the cosmic, eternal soul of the manifestations, and the individual human souls, created at conception and destined for eternity. Likewise, there are two meanings of resurrection: our personal rising into the next world, and humanity's collective awakening from spiritual deprivation whenever God sends a new messenger. The purpose of this life is to prepare the soul for its eternal journey. And the way we prepare is simple yet profound, by showing love to those around us. In loving our brother whom we see, we prepare to love God whom we cannot see. We are each drops from an endless ocean, newly formed, never to perish, and destined to journey forever toward the divine.